can see it. Then we can't sing that man no more, right? He's canceled. My bad, y'all. Stop your shit, yo. What up, everybody? It's your boy, OK. Everything is all skirt. My bad about the sigh. That's how I honestly feel. In a good way though. In a good way. Like I needed a second to pump my brakes, so to speak. You like when you're moving so fast sometimes. I don't know how people. Sometimes I question how people do it. Like when I go on Instagram and I see Jocko Willink is up every day at like 4:45 in the morning, like a beast. You know what I mean? Like there's the jujitsu ex-military guy. You know, when I think about those people that get up to go to the gym at 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, like I wish I knew how people. I mean, I know how people do it because I myself in the same way but different light do the same thing. You know, all last week I had a great, very, very great productive week last week. On on Sunday, me and my man Quest, my writing partner, we got together and we decided to write up this body of music. It was about 3 songs that we wrote in the moment. It was probably about 3 songs that we wrote in a sitting of between like 12 and 6 o'clock. And when I say songs, I don't mean just like bars. I mean like completed with hooks. Like we wrote 3 songs in almost entirety. I think damn near entirety. All he had was like a last verse that he had to write. But write that on your own accord when we're not together, whatever the case may be. Then during the week we had another song to the mesh. Boom. Now we got 4 songs. I took a solo of mine. Boom. By Friday. So we did that on Sunday. We arranged it by Friday, and we both work 9 to 5s. By Friday, we was ready to go. He booked the session. We had Jam join us in the session, which is always great. You know, Jam is a very, very good music collectible mind. I had him on the podcast. He's great with his drive. He's been driving and he's creating his own lane for himself. So it's always great to have a mind like that in the studio when you're making a thing of music. And we all worked together before as a group. So it almost feels like nostalgia, you know, when we're all together there ready to work. And we kind of tricked Jam, me and Quest. You know, we since we wrote the project damn near in its entirety together, we didn't want to just send out instrumentals and have somebody write at home and then come, even if you give them a topic. There's something about putting a person's like pen game to the test and in the moment having to write. You know, not all people could come up with a 16 all at once. You know, not many people can do that. You know, like to sit there and then you're around. I guess what helped me was because we always used to write across the page. I hate writing across the page. Me and Quest used to get together every Thursday, and it was raining for like 5 Thursdays straight. Never forget it. But every Thursday we came together and write. It was raining. It was just like there's something about writing in the moment that it's great. But I've strayed away from that because I guess that energy was lost when I stopped being like a group member. No longer I had that same energy to. Now I'm like, fuck it. If I'm gonna make a song, I'll take my time. Why am I gonna sit here in one setting? Unbeknownst to me though, I still damn near do it. When I get in my car sometimes or in my zone, I just got out of work working 12, 14, 16-hour shift. You know, once you finally get home and you want to like decompress, so to speak, it don't always work. Because there's stuff in the back of your mind. There's stuff in the back of mind bothering you. So it's like, I'll sit there in a setting and I'll get my job done. In one setting. I'll sit there and still write a 16, but I had to feel it. I guess being with Quest on Sunday, he ignited a feeling. It ignited a feeling that's always there, but it just ignited it. Well, I could do this. I could carry myself more. And yeah, not to say I don't go home and make things better, tighten them up. It's not about that. It's about the feeling you get when you completed a task that was hard, that you didn't think you can get through. Or maybe, you know, I guess you have to see the end to get to the end. You have to see your objective. So at some point in time when you're writing a song, I don't think that you have, like, I think sometimes it's unclear. You may have the thing in your head of what you want to say, but until those words come together and they're they're said and they're placed on paper, and until those words are complete and you're able to spit them out and you're able to sing them, rap them, whatever they may be, until it's complete on a track and you're able to make a song, there's not true satisfaction. And what all those things for me comparably is, they're pains. They're not in a bad way. I mean pains, like growing pains. They're pains. They're, all those different challenges you got to go through. If they weren't challenges to go through, there'd be no gain. That's the topic at hand that's been on my noggin, because I get guilty. I get guilty when I miss a day at work. If I got to call out of work by like 11, 12 o'clock, bro, I've thrown out my back before. I've been sick before. And by 11, 12 o'clock, if I'm like knocked out from my sickness or my hurt, I'm up, walking around, feeling guilty. What can I do to help this job? What can I do? Oh, damn, I didn't go to work today. Fuck. Like, not only do I feel bad on missing the money, but what I really feel bad on is that I let other people down around me. That's where it really will psychologically mess me up. So for me to sit home for the past couple of days and not really do anything, not to say I didn't do anything. Saturday night I had a podcast with a friend of mine, Versace, and with Cali Mike, with two friends of mine. It was a UFC Saturday night. Awesome UFC. I didn't get the decisions I wanted on any of them. But shout out to Jan, shout out to Volkanovski, and shout out to you bitch ass ninja Usman. Great fights. You guys are great fighters. Ultimately, I was just looking to have a nice breezy Saturday. I didn't even drink that much because Friday we just finished recording, embodying all this music. Of course, me and Quest bring Jam home, which is in the city, 11, 1, 2 in the morning, how the shit goes, like it's always the same shit. So Saturday I was truly looking to just, and Sunday, maybe my battery get a little bit charged up and I could get to some work that I have to do. That'll ultimately like be my plan. What I try to look forward to do, what I plan to do. It never, not that it never works, but it took me 2 days of not doing any, not so much not doing anything, but not doing this. It took me 2 days of not doing this type of work for me to feel like, oh shit, I got to get back at it. Because I was feeling a pain. I was feeling a pain on the left side of my chest. Like, what are you doing right now? Yeah. I did shoot a podcast on Saturday. Check that out. Next Friday, I'm gonna drop it. I did on Sunday. I did go see my grandma. Spent the day with my grandma, which is always great because she's always dropping a gem on them on some crazy stuff. She's always giving me stuff that like I didn't know the cops were on a freeze. I didn't even know what that was. You guys are police officers. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna get to that next. But she always drops knowledge on me. So I spent my Sunday with her. Monday as well, I had to go back to her house because I forgot my worms for my water dragon. I've been feeding him night crawlers. It's amazing. He looks like he's on steroids. But I forgot that. So I've seen her for the past 2 days. Not that I'm not doing nothing, but I'm not doing this. My mind, for the past 2 days, I have not been focused on music. I'll say I was focused on podcasting because I always, I don't, like I said, I do everything. So it's either I got to write it down, what I want to talk about, or what I want to deep dive into, or I literally just deep dive into it right there. If I want to know something, I just go right there as deep as I can go. I'll keep those things bookmarked. So when I come here, the production is all right here in my mind. It's just all I got to do is paint the picture for you guys. So podcasting is relatively always on my mind, but I can't say music is. I've been playing our songs for the past couple days, bumping them, but that I haven't listened to any of the new beats. I haven't thought about right now. I haven't. I'm still on Gil mode. I write when I feel it. I'm still on Gil mode. My friends reached out last night. There was almost an opportunity for us to get together and write, but space between us is a bitch, and because of what we want to do, how we're bringing these projects, being together when we write the music, being together when we record the music, that alma mater that we're on, I really, really, really want to stay on, and my peers agree with me. They agree with me. The organicness and the flavorfulness that came out of the session was just, it means so much, and it really meant a lot because happy birthday, Shannon and Damas. I didn't realize that Friday when we left that studio, 3 hours after that would be your birthday on Saturday. I didn't realize that. I had the gift, I had the honor of being on the track with you again. Even though you're not here, you're on that track with us. Me and Edwin did that on Sunday. We put those thoughts together. You know what I mean? And I heard you there. He knew exactly what you should be saying. Things like that are just, it's almost as if you really are in us, inside, in our hearts and our heads at certain times, whether for bad or for good, because I know you beat me up a lot. I know you beat me up a lot, my brother. But for bad or for good, I feel your presence in my head and my heart more times than not. And more times in a good way rather than in a bad way. Yeah. When we make music like that, I just know things are right and things are supposed to be a certain way. So now we want to make another project together. How are we going to do that? I want to write together. And that's a little bit of a pain because we live a little far, Jam don't drive. Edwin's always busy, you know what I mean? Like he got his own family, I got my own family too, but it's not the same. I have a lot of time. But it's about the willingness, Again, another pain. If any of us want to make the steps to make this thing work, we have to get up and meet each other. And that means somebody sacrificing something. So it's a pain. But you don't get no gains without these pains. You don't get no gains. You don't get nowhere. There's nothing. If you're not willing to walk through the trenches of what your challenge needs in order for you to meet your goals and go above and beyond standards. You know what I mean? And in order for you to get to those levels, you have to go through pain. And pain, I'm gonna sound very hypocritical when I say this, but pain is when they say pain is relative, somebody dying is an immediate pain that you feel, you see, instant. They're dead, they're gone, they're gone, they're dead, they're not here no more. The thought of them is what hurts. That's a hurt, but it's done. It's a quick pain. It's a quick pain. I think breaking your bone and having to heal it is a more hurtful pain physically than when you see something that's internal. It's emotional, but you're supposed to learn how to gain from that. It's one thing to go through the pain of having a dream for 40 years, 30 years, 50 years, being a bum on the train and singing. And going through all the hardships of being a bum, and then one day your gain is that you get found and you're on American Idol. We've seen it a dozen times. For a person that loses somebody, the way they have to find their gain is the way they have to find their gain. But relatively, I think the pain, it's the same thing. I feel it's the same type of pain. To have to go through something, getting through things, to sacrifice. To make these decisions where, sometimes they keep you up at night. Sometimes your decisions keep you up at night. I am by no means perfect. I'm by no means perfect. And not many people are. So, in light of that, if you're going to get somewhere and you want to gain in life, you have to accept the fact. You have to just accept the fact and embrace the fact. Because you could only brace for impact, but for so many things. Eventually, your armor gets chinked. But there's another side to that pain, and that's the gain. That's whatever it is you're looking to obtain. You might not even know it. I was inspired to do a podcast called Everything Is OK, where I speak to people over fucking marshmallows and s'mores. S'mores and graham crackers. Over a fire, and the fire is my table, filled with marijuana and alcohol, and I'm here singing Kumbaya with my guest. That's what I wanted. I was going through so much stuff that I wanted a place where I can sit there in a campfire and have personal conversations with guests and see how deep we can go. how deep we can go, and we're like not about one thing specific, anything, just because I love their minds. I don't, like I said before, I don't bring somebody I don't know in here. They have to be an affiliate or associated with somebody, and that person they're associated with is right next to them. Because unless I do look to branch out and I do need to get over the hump and just email people and ask them to be part of my thing if I find them interesting. And that's the next level of thinking outside the box. But that's a pain. I have to get over that. I have to get over rejection. I have to get over the fact that you're going to get rejected. I have to get over the fact that, not every pod's going to go right. Things happen. Things always happen, bro. Things always happen. I have to get you. These are all pains. But there's another side to it, and that's the gain. That the gain is, my view, thank you for all the love and the support that I've been getting, because over the past month, 2 months, my views and subscriptions and people commenting and liking, and you can see my analytics, people sharing my stuff. Yo, thank you. I give a big thank you, because sometimes I don't get to see that. I'm running so much. I'm always thinking about the next thing that I can create. What can I create? What can I make better? I just went from having just my YouTube channel that I had to keep switching over back and forth between my 2 podcasts, because I'm having this I'm not having this problem, but I really don't want to be, yes, I want to be out there, but my anonymity is kind of cool. You go to one place if you want to find me, and then that brings you to my other places. I don't want to have a Twitter. I don't want to have the power to be socially involved with that type of space, at least not yet. I'm too focused on the creating part. I'm too focused on creating and getting and deep diving into myself. Because at the end of the day, it's a camera, but I'm talking to myself. I'm reminding myself that all this running that I'm doing, of staying up late night, getting no sleep, the worst thing that I'm doing to myself while I do that is I still obtain a habit. But I must be getting better, because I haven't picked that cup up in this entire podcast. I'm noticing that. I'm noticing things like that, because those are pains. I want to get over them and get my gain. I'm over it. I realize that it's okay to take 1 or 2 days break, because I know in the back of my mind, I got to get right back on my horse. I just shot a podcast saying how that goddamn video game is my enemy, because I'll sit there forever and waste time of my life that I could never get back playing a video game. It's okay that I do that, because now it's not 12 hours. It's 4 hours maybe. But I tell myself, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. See all those pains and headaches I give myself? I don't want them. I want the gains. So I know that as long as I keep talking to myself, and as long as I keep being about my word with myself, showing up, always showing up, not turning my back, not saying I'm gonna be somewhere and not go somewhere, always showing up. Show up to play ball. You show up to play ball, you will score a point, you will get picked, you will get on a team eventually. It's all part of it. All those pains are all part of the game, yo. And I can't say that I truly mind the challenge. I can't say that I truly mind the challenge. I can't say that I truly mind having to go through these pains. I can't say that I don't. I don't really mind them. It's cool. Because I meet them head on. I refuse to allow pains to hold me back from any type of gain I could see or receive. And I hope you guys do the same. Yo, it's your boy OK. Everything is O. Stop your shit, y'all. I'm out of here.